Since being on my health journey, I have come to know that there's two quotes that I love when it comes to health. The first one is that health is wealth, and the second one is that food is medicine. These two quotes are very true. When you think about the things that you value with your life, it usually isn't until you've actually been through a health crisis do you put it so high up in your values. For me, that was pretty much the case. I knew that my health wasn't great and that I had a lot to work on when it came to things like nutrition and moving my body. However, these things weren't always at the top of my to-do list. These things were usually on there every week, but actually making them priorities in my life is really when I started to see the most results. And I'm not just talking about my weight loss results, I'm talking about my mental health. I'm talking about the way I feel, the comfortability that I have in my body. This last year of dealing with such intense health issues, I really have come to understand that food is medicine. Food is what is healing me. I didn't put my health first and I suffered because of it. Last year I lost everything because of a really bad stomach illness. My body became really malnourished. I was losing so much hair. I was depressed again. My body wasn't retaining nutrients and anything that I ate. It was actually really scary. I lost everything because my health started to fail, and it was this event that made me realize just how important putting my health first and making it a priority really is. When we start to make our health a priority and we start to invest in our health, this is when all aspects of your life will change for the better. When you make health your number one priority, everything else will rise. Everything else will get better. Your relationships, the relationship that you have to yourself, like I said, your mental health, oh my God. When we eat clean foods, for me personally, it has lowered my anxiety 1,000,000 times over. It has almost, when I eat clean, it almost feels like it rids my depression. That, as well as moving my body. These are things that, we hear all the time. But when we actually start to make them priorities, we just see such amazing results. When we don't put our health a priority, it might not be right now that you're suffering, but there could be a time in your life when you looked back and you thought, wow, I really wish I had have put my health first. I really wish I would have, taken the time to invest in myself. I really wish I didn't get to this point. I really wish that I had have done things differently. And if you take anything from my own struggles, it is that don't wait until it's too late. When we hear things like invest in your health, this does not just have to mean money. I've been absolutely broke and still been able to invest in my health. Last year I lost my job. I had to because of my health, and I had to work around that. There are actual things you can do that are basically like medicine to the body, and they are free. A few of those things that are free: sunlight, getting outside, going for a walk, getting fresh air into your lungs, and moving your body. Sometimes we can become so stagnant. It's like the clogs in our body just are waiting for you to start moving them. It's like your brain and your physical body are waiting to be moved, and once you start moving, it's like the clogs, it starts ticking over. and everything starts feeling that little bit better. Nothing is so, tight, and nothing is so internalized to the point where the clogs are, so just waiting to be moved. We can become so stagnant, especially in times of depression, that when we are still, our mind and our body are just waiting for you to move it. It's waiting for you to replenish it with good food. It's just waiting for you to look after it. Because your body will actually look after itself. Your body is incredible. It does things for you while you are sleeping. It regenerates itself. If you give yourself the right nutrients, the right foods, vegetables, fruits, getting enough fiber in your diet, replenishing your body with water, adding a little bit of Celtic salt to your water just for like that extra hydration. It's also something to look into. Filling your body with the natural foods. That is medicine. How amazing is it that the world, the earth, has given us natural medicine? Not these things that are just coming from, in a tablet form. You can get natural medicine from plants, there's antioxidants in fruits and that you can eat that will actually heal your body. Doing research into these things that can heal you naturally is investing in your health. That is where you start. The next part of investing in your health is investing in good whole foods, focusing on buying the foods that are going to heal your body, not harm your body. Looking into foods that you are actually going to eat, not just foods that are healthy, but foods that you are actually going to enjoy eating. Investing in learning how to cook healthy meals. Investing in the food you put into your body is how you stop yourself from getting sick further down the line. Focus on yourself, invest in yourself and your health before you get to that point. Invest in your health before things get worse. Invest in your health before you have to experience the suffering. And if you are in the suffering, there is ways to slowly get yourself out of it. This is not something that you want to rush. It's not something that I rushed and I was able to lose 50 kilos. I did it over a period of 1.5 to 2 years. I focused on respecting myself. What are foods that I can eat to show my body that I respect it? What are things I can stop doing that don't align with me respecting myself? What are environments that I need to stop going to? People that I need to distance myself from? Conversations that just aren't in my best interest? How can I do an hour every day of proper movement? How can I start investing in myself and my health, especially? How can I invest in my health, and how can I get myself to a better place? Moving your body is something that you should be doing every day. There's actually studies that say that moving your body is the first thing you should do if you have anxiety and depression. Moving my body every day saved me from anxiety and depression. And I know that, and I know how I feel after I go for a walk. So if I don't go for a walk, I really notice it mentally. If I'm not drinking enough water, I'm giving myself headaches, and I'm feeling run down. There's things that we can do to make sure that our life the clogs are moving, going for walks, going for runs, getting sweaty. I love running because when you sweat and when your body gets all the endorphins, you're moving, it's almost freeing. The feeling of running is almost freeing. If you do have a gym membership, making sure that you're prioritizing going there 3 to 5 times a week. And if you don't have a gym membership, you can work out from home. There's ways that you can go on YouTube and you can look up workouts at home. I do workouts at home because I have social anxiety from my health from this last year. So I work out from home, and it's saved me from, I lost a lot of muscle. I didn't just lose weight and fat, I lost a lot of muscle. So it's kind of helping me stay strong, which I really value as well. Yeah, so invest in your health before it's too late. You don't want to be in a time of your life when you wished you would have started earlier. There's some points when, we get to a place and we're like, how did I let this happen? If I did all these things, then I would have stopped myself from dealing with so much suffering. When I was overweight, I was suffering every day. And that took a major part of my life. That took my early 20s from me. I was suffering for 3 to 4 years straight. I was doing it alone, and I was really not in a good place. And since working on that and since investing in my health, I've saved myself so much time. And now I have so much knowledge because I've invested in getting to know my body and getting to know the food it likes, and I know how to heal myself, from things like when I'm having a bad mental health day. I know what to do. When I'm feeling bloated and when I'm reaching for foods that I know aren't going to make me feel good, I know what does make me feel good. And I have all this knowledge now of my nutrition, and it's invaluable. It's so crucial that we invest in learning, because it can really save us so many years. It can really save us so much damage. And these are just some ways that you can stop yourself from further suffering down the line. So I hope that this video helped. I am Leslie. I talk a lot about my 50 kilo weight loss, and I talk about going to therapy and dealing with depression and isolation, and just healing your body. And so if any of that is of interest, I will see you in my next video. Bye.